Hello around out there in the nicest YouTube space in Tyrant Lander. It's me, Alexander. While I'm making this video shoot, I don't have any particular reason for this particular session of tonight. I just want to speak my American, and I do just my current, maybe lame, maybe direct camp of speaking my American. Who knows how it goes, right? If you're a native American speaker, please just if you have your precious time, just comment down below to that for me for feeling that feedback from maybe outside observer how I do my American, how I do my English for that purpose only, not for some just to maybe other reason just to besides what's been said. And just again, I don't know what a particular pitch here for tonight, because I don't have any scenario line script in my head and any unpremapped and premapped things in my mind. Also, I don't have as well. I should say I have received my hot water again, and I'll just use my adorable throat because I've just passed my cold and I'm in my recovery process nowadays. Now, at this particular moment of my life, I should say. Today I did what? I attended a Mormon's party and I attended that activity. I participated, and not even attended, I participated in that activity. I laid some stuff on the Native American ears, on those brilliant, precious, amazing, most beautiful ears of those American gals. They were there, Native Americans. Their names are Laura and Sarah. I adore pronouncing the name Sarah, because I haven't got used still for this moment. I still haven't got used to the right way of pronouncing some American names. Let's say I customize my tongue muscles to pronounce some words and some names of America correctly, like Jack, John, what else, Miles, or Ansel, and what else do I know? What American names do I know? Little do I know about American names, but still I know. I should say, and those gals, they still are Laura and Sarah. Forgive me, Sarah, if my pronounce is poor and dire, and I'm on a lot in my American. I'm growing in my American, I should say, nowadays. And recently I watched again some footage that I made maybe 2 years ago, and I was amazed by what change occurred to me in my pronouncing, my sounding, how I sounded previously, how I sound now. Some pieces I adore more from my past days when I try to pronounce things more clearly, more just at a middle, slower rate of speech, not like in the pace that I do now. I intentionally swallow some minutes of words to more sound like a Native American would, and I hope I do. And don't judge me too severely if you're a native speaker, of your whatever British American version of English language. I adore them all. Besides that, I should say that I'm more lean to American style of saying and sounding like, and I do more listen practice of American voices. Though I should say that I have to pay more attention to listen what British say, because I'm just I don't know, I'm not so fluent in apprehending what they say. At some points I fall off and just I understand from 70 to 80% of what they say beginning with the middle and going upwards to the higher rates of their speech, and then they do that way. I understand maybe around 80% and maybe 95%, and all this is just 100% that I do. Then I'm immersed into American English, and I watch Heron's show, I watch some other footage on YouTube, and I watch Bloomberg channel. What else do I watch? I watch maybe recently, late time ago, I watched BBC News, and I kind of stepped out of that track because I was just not feeling the right thing with their voices sounding in a British way, and I'm leaning again these days to American style of whatever way of leaning you would prefer. I prefer my leaning when it straightforward to my American version of my English that I tend to do, and I fight for that fluency with any tool in my shed, and I will if I don't die. Again, I hope I won't. thanks Jack for getting me this far in my American, for helping me, for being my colleague, my counterpart, my whatever, my only listener to my voice, what I say in my American, what you say, Jack, and you're Russian. I'm all ears to hear some news from your speech to in my Russian, that happens to be one of my native languages, and nowadays I have two, and maybe I have three, my American, my Russian, my Ukrainian, and I'm in the process of thinking whether to commence my Spanish learning thing, but I have to find the right person to practice with, and until then I'm not just able to start it in the right and native way, like every Spanish learner would do in its natural pace, in its natural course of things, then they should follow. And I only fight for natural things in someone on anyone else's lives. And only natural way of doing things leads you to success. Some artificial things being brought into your life might mislead you in some and get you out of your right track. And then I don't want that to happen, because that's why I don't want to learn like by the book, by the school style of guy, following rules, following grammar rules, following just by the book style of learning, when teacher tells you what to do, what exercises to drill, what questions to answer, what other shit and fluff to learn, and to drill and to memorize, to go afterwards by heart what you remember for that list of words being put in front of your own face. And I'm not that guy who follows that attitude at all. I'm a natural guy who only goes by its natural course, when it goes smoothly, automatically, without any extra not needed redundant hindrances on your way, without any fucking stumbling blocks, without any fucking sticking points that might occur on your way. If you're a follower of your natural way of learning, then you will never need those extra pieces, not needed pieces in your life, in your fluency, whatever learning style you will be keeping to. You'll be only learning in native way, how Spanish learn, how French learn, how German people learn, how Americans learn, how they teach their children to speak fluently in their American, and no one teaches them rules, no one teaches them like grammar structure, no one teaches them any extra not needed fluffy and shitty things that they shouldn't follow. They only teach them, see a bird over there, you see the bird over there flying, soaring in the skies, and the child nods, I see mommy and I see daddy, that bird in the sky. And that's how the process goes, that's how learning happens, natural learning, not that just say to me how to say that and I will say it, not that kind of things at all. Guys, if it's been something light into for this particular session of tonight, and if you're a Native American in particular, just to have a few seconds to comment me down below, so I'll be familiarizing myself with how to be my today's video shoot, and any other pieces of my learning process also included in that, might be included in that response of yours if you find it time to comment me down below. It's been Alex making things for us all listen to live, keep practicing without your own live tracks, right live tracks of your precious lives. It's been Alex making things for us all, let's wake up cheerful and effervescent. I'll be on as soon as I release something new for you. Practice, bye.